Whether you're a new backpacker or a seasoned pro, these tips that we're going to talk about are things that every backpacker should know. And we're going to start by talking water filters a little bit. My personal filter of choice is the Platypus Quick Draw, but these tips are for basically any water filter that you're going to carry with you out in the backcountry. What to do with your filter overnight when you are sleeping. If you're dealing with temperatures that are down to like, 5 degrees Celsius to freezing, anything colder than that, or like anything colder than about 40 degrees, it's always a really, really good idea to take your water filter into your sleep system with you. One reason in particular I really, really like the Platypus Quick Draw is it has a cap on the drinking end that will seal off, and then on the end that you hook up to either your bottle or whatever you're gonna hold to filter your water through, it's got another cap that you can screw on the bottom, and you can just take this filter directly into your sleep system. You don't have to worry about putting it in a bag. It's not going to leak. It's not going to get water inside your sleep system. If you've got a filter that doesn't have the caps on it, like this Platypus Quick Draw, it's a really good idea to just take a Ziploc bag and put your filter inside the Ziploc bag. That's going to avoid any extra water that's inside the filter getting into your sleep system and getting you wet overnight. You're going to have water particles that are still inside the filter. You're never going to get it completely dry. And if those water particles freeze, they're going to expand and it's going to destroy the fibers inside your filter, rendering your filter useless. It's always a good idea to also keep your electronics inside your sleep system with you if you're sleeping in those cooler evenings. Anything battery powered is always going to be susceptible to losing a little bit of charge if exposed to those cold temperatures. So stuff like an inReach, your battery bank, if you've got a GPS unit, a headlamp, your cell phone, it's always a really good idea to keep those inside a pocket or, inside your sleep system somewhere with you to keep warm overnight so they're not freezing up. Our next backpacking pro tip has to do with water filters as well, but it has to do with what you do before you use your filter. A lot of times out there in the backcountry, we don't always find pristine water sources. It's pretty common to find, silty water sources that have got, bigger particulates in them. Great way to minimize those particulates getting inside your water filter and prematurely clogging it up is taking your buff or even a t-shirt and just using that over the mouth of whatever you're going to filter through. So if you're just filling your smart bottles and filtering through that, just put this over the mouth there, and that's just going to stop some of the bigger particulates from getting inside your bottle. It's not a foolproof system. You are still going to get some stuff in there, but any little bit that you can do to eliminate the amount of particulates going inside your filter is going to make your filter last that much longer. Wet socks can be the bane of a backpacker's existence when they're out there on trail. Something I always do if I ever get to camp and I have wet socks, I always switch those socks out and put a pair of dry socks on. But what I do with the wet socks is I'll usually take them and I'll just tuck them into like the waistband of my pants or my shorts, whatever I'm wearing. And I'll let those socks just kind of dangle down in front of me. Great way to, get your socks dry when you get to camp. This next one is one that we really shouldn't even have to talk about. But if you've been out on trails at all in the last couple of years, I'm sure you guys have seen, like I have, the massive increase in white blooms that you're finding all over scattering the trail sides. Not sure what the white blooms I'm speaking of are. They are the little tufts of toilet paper that just kind of litter the forest floor. This is absolutely disgusting, and this is not the way that we should be disposing with our disgusting human waste that comes out of our buttholes. A lot of places up here in the Rockies, we get the green thrones, or you'll get like a little outhouse thing. If you don't have something like that, get yourself a nice little trowel. You can get like a nice little ultralight aluminum one like this. This is the Deuce of Spades, or the Deuce 2 from Tent Labs. This thing weighs 0.6 of an ounce, costs like 25 bucks. Or if 20 bucks is a little too much for you, go to the dollar store and you can get yourself a little garden trowel like this for like $1, $1.50. Something like this is literally all you need to dig a hole and just bury your poop properly. And if you don't want to carry a trowel, you can literally use a rock, you can use a stick. Anything you can use to dig a hole and just avoid just pooping right on top of the moss or the grass or whatever it is that we're doing out there. It needs to stop, guys. It's gross. Super annoying, right? You have somebody coming the opposite way and you get that little irritating jingle from bear bells. You probably don't even notice the bear bells until that person is, like 4 to 5 feet away from you. And that's the inherent issue with bear bells. The point of, making noise out in the backcountry is not to scare bears away, it's just to make them aware of our presence, and bear bells just simply aren't loud enough to do that. The human voice is going to travel further and it's going to be significantly more effective at alerting a bear or any kind of wild animal to your presence than a jingly little bell attached to your backpack. It's going to be significantly less annoying to you and less annoying to anybody that is around you. All I do when I'm out there backpacking in, really dense grizzly country is I just yell out, "Hey bear," or just, you know, random things from time to time. If you've got through this video and you've decided to follow all the tips I talked about, congratulations. You are now officially a pro backpacker. And if you're looking at more backpacking tips to make yourself even more of a pro, check out some of the videos in this playlist here. I'm sure you'll enjoy. And as always, I'm Matty. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.